In order for our prayers to influence God, a man's mind has to be stayed on God. We can't be double-minded.
It's me again.
It's going to be one way or the other, lest we fall into condemnation. You're going to be one way or the other.
It's me again. I'm sitting in this room, Lord, I'm trying to focus. Unified prayer, I went in, I hope you notice. It's kind of why I wrote this. My heart is heavy, some people I'm lifting up a strong way from their lowest. Conversations interrupted by the dark voices, no privacy. For me to stumble, they would love to see. I'm walking on that narrow path, no surprise they bother me. I'm dying daily for the task, seeking your will constantly. So bear with me, the absence of your voice unlock doors to the envy. How you speak to many, how you give dreams of pity. I ain't jealous, but the silence from the lamb is sorta eerie. Tell me, is there something inside keeping you from coming near? Research me, put a sword to what is earthly, purge me from what is dirty. Prep me, Lord, for this surgery. I'm still learning to trust you when this temple burning. Give me discernment to see the spirit of the serpent. No longer a slave, but a servant. You see the resurgence? I cry out and call upon you, Lord, and it's urgent. The storm is getting violent, but I refuse to move until you say silence. I trust and wait on you.
We can't be in and out in order for the prayers to avail it much. It says that the prayers of the righteous man avail it much.
It's not an identity crisis, but Lord God, I've been struggling. These voices in my mind whisper fallacies. Lord, muzzle them, I put the world on mute when life got distracting. And when I did that, Satan hit me with closed captions. What happened? Cause yesterday victory was established. I still got the same enemy. I peeped his old tactics. So why am I so downcast? I'm trying to search the scriptures. Cause your words are light to my path and venom to the tempter. Bet revelation make him sick. That will check your temperature. No acquittal, prepare for your sentence. I pray, oh God, you pour your spirit over your remnant. Your world is in labor, but I see the Savior in the midst of the tempest. Father, keep my heart strengthened as I carry out the mission for your great commission. Even if I'm as Jeremiah and reap resistance, Lord, set my prayer before you as incense. Cause living in this tent gets intense. The spirit born with the flesh, so I just yearn for a heavenly residence. Trying to pray in tune with your voice and move when you tell me move. I rejoice even when you're silent during the test. The teacher is quiet in the classroom. I trust in you.
We can't be effective.
Hey, welcome back. We are into episode 3. I hope you have been loving Tracy and her story, and we're gonna like dig right into it. And so I'm excited. You're excited?
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about. You don't have the book yet, but it'll be all right. I wanted to talk about Troy. As much as you feel comfortable with. I noticed that you were, the way that the book said, you were like trying to get away from him, you were tired of him. What does that mean? What was going on that you wanted to like literally like escape?
Well, Troy was, I met Troy, I was 15 years old. So I had known him 2 years, but I didn't know him. And he was sticking people up. He was into drugs. He was 2 years ahead of me on a scale that I wasn't aware of, and started to introduce me to drugs and not his criminal activity until they came home. My sister and him came home with a bunch of credit cards. Then I knew that he was robbing people. But I didn't know that part of him again. But I had already fell in love, and when you fall in love at 15, are you really in love? You know, what is this? puppy love that you're feeling. So I don't know much about him because I was just a kid myself. And I was taken by the feeling of somebody liking me, wanting to be with me, touching me, holding me, kissing me. And I fell for the wrong guy. And that's who Troy was, the wrong guy.
Yeah. Well, you know, they say love is blind when you're young. I guess we all can attest to that, you know. So, at what point did you take a trip and where did you go?
Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio?
I went to Dayton, Ohio. I thought we were going to keep going. I went to Dayton, Ohio to just continue living. I guess I'm maybe 18 years old now. And life had dealt me a pretty good sucker punch. And I'm going to start traveling. So I traveled to Dayton, Ohio. I moved with my cousin Bob. And they stay in a little duplex. And next door to them were musicians. And I would see the musicians come and go, come and go. I wanted to know who all these guys were. Anyway, they were the singing group Slave. And I met a girl. I would call her Yvonne. I believe her name was Yvonne, Yvette. At the food stamp office. So come in town, you want to give me some food stamps so I could eat. And the girl introduced me to her pimp. I know a lot about the streets, but nothing about a pimp. Or had I ever been introduced to one. And so they had a preconceived notion of what they were going to do with my life. When I get to the pimp, there's a big boulder of cocaine sitting on the table. And I'd never seen cocaine in that form, powder form in a rock like that. It was like iridescent purple. And I asked him for a test tube and I showed him what to do with this big boulder. And he was amazed, super amazed. And this girlfriend, I don't know if she's a whore or a lesbian, I don't know what she is. They want to freak out and take a shower. We got this pretty dress for you to put on. They try all that kind of stuff. And the pimp is like, I want her. I want her to show me something. And he keeps pulling me in two different directions. So I just didn't understand what was going on. So I stuck with the pimp. But I didn't go and do anything with the pimp, but show him what I knew. He wanted to know exactly how I did that in that test tube, how I made that.
Wait a minute, okay, so basically, so she was trying to get you to be one of the girls.
I think so. I have no idea.
But just because of that one, your knowledge on knowing how to turn that into a crack form, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
Then he was like, no, I want to know.
I want her knowledge.
Wow.
Forget that y'all doing, because selling powder was dead. Nobody want to go buy a test tube and baking soda, and nobody was doing that. Mm-hmm. The game had changed. New York had come, and New Jack City thing, the little vials. Right. The game had changed. Nobody wanted to buy. Nobody wanted to cook it, and he didn't know how. But I did. He wanted to know. It ain't just putting the fire in the water. It's not like cooking a pot of beans. Everybody can't cook a pot of beans. Anyway, I don't talk about all that. Anyway.
Right, I got you. We're going to ease there. So how long did you stay?
Maybe 2 days, the weekend, because my cousin Bob didn't play.
Oh, okay.
Maybe just Friday night and Saturday morning I was back home.
Okay.
Yeah, not
He got
long.
you up out of there?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Because he knew exactly where I was. Dayton, Ohio, small. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how he found out who Harvey was, but he did. But he didn't do it. He didn't try to pimp me or anything like that. He, like I say, thank God. Mm-hmm. And he sent me, put me on the bus, sent me home.
So when you got back, what you did?
Well, I take that back. I was in Dayton at least 2 or 3 weeks because I met these guys that are coming in and out of the duplex, and I asked them, what do they do? They said, we singers. And they took me to concerts where I met the Whispers, and they were, of course, Slave. And I started seeing the guy, Mark Hicks. And that's the one that say, they called me Count. I ain't gonna bite you. You know what I'm talking about, the song?
Right. Is he still living?
No, he died.
Okay. Wow.
And he called me Dre. He called me Dre.
Don't get me lying. So how did that go? How long y'all dated? A minute or?
No, maybe. I don't even know how long I was there. You know, it's amazing that the really good things in life seem to escape. I can tell you the bad things.
Right. Yeah.
The
You're
good
right.
things.
You're right. Yeah.
I remember meeting the two twin Whisper guys. And I was out of there. My cousin got me. Sent me
So
back
when you
home.
got back home, what'd you do?
Oh boy. Troy's behind the tree. Troy's under the desk. Troy's everywhere. Because Troy wants to know when a man is into you, but then he's no longer into you, and then when you're no longer into him,
Right.
oh boy, he wants to know why you're not into him.
Mm-hmm.
And Troy couldn't get ready for whatever I had been through in Ohio, which I never told, and I never told anybody my story. So he wanted to know, you know, what was going on, and he would not let me go to school. He would pull me and drag me on the church steps and make me sit there. If I'm standing there at the bus, as soon as the bus come, I'll be like, okay, well, I'll see you later. And then when the bus would come, he'd hold my body and tell the bus driver, she okay, she'll get the next one. And I would never make it to school that day. He tried to terrorize me, you know, for my son that wants to know why he don't know his dad. You didn't need to know a monster. The guy's a monster. He terrorized my life and made it a living hell.
So did you go back with him once you?
No, no
How did you
ma'am.
get away from him?
Well, his mom died. I told you the story about his mom
Right,
died.
right.
And
That
after
was
that
the
kicking
other
me in my stomach and stuff, when I got back home, I told my mama, but nobody did nothing to him. My no is no. No.
So how did that make you feel after that experience with Troy and some other things that we're not going to talk about in this episode? But what was your view of men?
I was always a girl. I always saw the next man. I just kept going.
All right.
I shut down for maybe 6 months, and I went on a date. My mom had some tickets. Her stepdaughter had given her some tickets to go to the Copper Box club in Chicago on Halsted in the hundreds. And she's like, I'm not going to the club. And I went, and that's where I met Chi-Town.
Okay.
And once I met him, they say,
That was it,
oh, you
right?
need one man to get over another man,
Right.
and vice versa. And it was over because I found love again.
I got you. I know we're going to talk about, trust me, we're going to talk about Chi-Town. But I want to back up a little bit, and
Okay.
I want you to explain to people, what do you call diamonds?
Diamond's a girl's best friend. In writing this book, I didn't want to, I had a son, I had a mother. So I just trying to find a way to talk about something that needed to be talked about, because crack cocaine was something that I didn't invent. It was put in my neighborhood, and like a ball, a hula hoop, a jump rope, we played with it. And I played good. I played good with my jump rope, my diamonds, my hula hoop. Diamonds is crack cocaine, which again came to my inner city in a powder form. And I learned this in another state where I was telling you about ether and all that, remember? I learned something that nobody knew. And so I was one of the first females in a city to put this in a rock form. And I was in the game about a year, and I knew I was going to die in that game. It was a game I didn't want to play no more. It was turning the powder into this rock, what people would bring me things, not only their money, their clothes, their appliances, anything for this rock. So I called it diamond because that's how it was acting in my pocket. So that's why I called it diamond.
Yeah. So, when did you get introduced to it? From taking it yourself?
In Florida.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, right.
Oh, in 1981.
I think that was like the boom of it, wasn't it, around there?
Yes. But it wasn't crack, it was crank.
What's the difference?
Ether kills the cocaine. So cocaine with water and baking soda, you get cocaine. But when you put ether to kill the cocaine, you got Swarovski crystal, not a diamond.
Okay. Wow.
And it wasn't doing anything but driving people crazy.
That's why it's called crack.
They was just chasing something that they knew was there, but they weren't gonna get it, not that day. And they didn't know it. I knew it. I started hallucinating.
What do you mean that they were chasing no, they're not gonna get it? What is that?
They were chasing a feeling. When you take a hit, you get endorphins go to your brain, and you get this good feeling, but you look stupid. You look real stupid. We're getting in that. Like, I was
Right.
doing a skit with you about the scene in the bathroom. Remember that
Okay.
one? We'll do that one another time. Anyway, the people were looking for this good feeling, but somebody decided to take that feeling from them. So they killed the cocaine. It still looked like cocaine. It smelled like cocaine, but it had no power. So it's called crank. It made a fool out of you. It's crank. It ain't no longer crack. We made a fool out of you too, but this one, just nobody was ready for this. Now this never, it might have hit inner cities, but I don't think so, because you would have gotten hurt bad. You don't change the game. The game is the game. You take the hit, you get this feeling, you sit there, look stupid, then you take another one. This wasn't the case. This wasn't the case. You hit it, and you waited for something, and it never came, and the people started. That's when people start crawling on the floor, because now they're confused. They want something that they're not gonna get at this setting, in this state, because nobody was doing it like that. I was only there to make my purchase and get back to Chicago to make my money. So I don't know what that did to that state, but in Chicago we didn't have a problem like that. It was diamonds, and it was good.
It was diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
So were you taking it and selling it like simultaneously? Or did one come before the other or later?
I believe after Troy got through with me and that crank, I didn't touch drugs for a long time. Years passed.
Right.
Then I met Troy and I told him I know how to make some money. I ain't got just this square little girl. I got a little knowledge, you know. And that was about 85. Princess now. 85, 86, 87. And my son is 5 years old, so it was 86, 1986.
Okay.
And we were selling pills and syrup. For some odd reason, there was no jobs in Chicago. We didn't have a choice. We could hustle, or I didn't know, or there was nothing else. Hustle or go home and watch cartoons. We did what we had. I did what I thought was the best choice for my life, was to go sell something. Anyway, the world is made on buy, sell, trade, barter. It always has been. So I wanted to have money in my pocket, so I did what I had to do. And I started again with pills. It was called Quaaludes. Pills and syrup. No, we call them doily. It's pills and syrup. Then, of course, I don't think marijuana was really booming in '85, but it was always there. It was never my drug of choice to smoke, sell, or anything. It's too dirty, crumbly, nasty. And about 1988, 89, I moved into projects. And I lived on the 10th floor of Stateway Gardens, 3737 South Federal. And I looked out the window, and I looked at all the people around me, and I looked at the protection this project gave me. It gave me protection to a degree. I had had 77 families around me on my floor, and I didn't worry about what was through the floor. You could shoot in there, you couldn't shoot it. It was a concrete jungle. And that's where the real hustle begins. About 89, by 1990, I'm pretty sure I was done with the whole black on black crime. I had never seen, when I saw children, I had to give children my son's clothes and shoes, because if your shoe is not attached to your foot when you go to school, you don't come home, you go into the system because it's too cold for a broken shoe. And so I started seeing what my drug was doing to my customers' children. And that was life-changing because I was a mother as well. And my boyfriend starts using drugs intravenously. And it's, you know.
Was that Troy or?
No,
That was
this
Shy.
is Shy Time.
Okay, we're going to
Okay.
All right. Because I want to get there because I thought that was.
Troy is dead.
Yeah, he gone. He gone. We done with him.
But he does come to the project because everybody knew about this lady in these projects selling this $20.
So it was you. They knew about you.
Yes, selling a $20 rock for $10. And that's how I did it.
So he was coming to get some rock.
No. He's coming to get his son up out of there. But his son was not there.
I got you.
His son was with my mother. Because everybody knew what I was doing. It was the weirdest thing.
He was making good money.
I shut down the project. You want to buy this? No, I'm going to her on the 10th floor. So the drug dealers would come to me and ask me, what's going on? Trying to see what I got in my bag. I said, excuse you. I just closed the door.
So you was dominating.
I turned it from a powder to a round, and nobody knew what I had in my hand. And they wanted me to open my hand and show them. All they had to do was send somebody in there with $20 out, $10.
And I'll show you.
And I give you a rock that big.
So in Philly, we call that the 8-ball.
No. I
That
said
was-
that big. This is 20.
Okay, so what's an 8-ball?
8 ball is about this
It's
big.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Y'all know. Wow, okay, so now, let's talk about, so y'all know what diamonds are now, right? So when you hear I say diamonds or refer to diamonds, that won't make sense. Now, let's talk about how you met.
At the nightclub, I'm sitting there and I just noticed this young guy, skin tone perfect, skin color, hair, just body, just Adonis. And he's looking at me and I'm looking at him, and that was it. That was one of those love at first sight. You know what hurts me today? When I realized that he was a drug addict, that even, this is my second time being in a relationship, even that love was, to me, it's fake. Because you can't have two masters. You can't have two masters. And they were like everything to me. They were like a master over me. My man, I'm supposed to, we're gonna get married and have kids. Nah, Carlton is my second love.
But you didn't
train.
know that at first, did you?
I did not. Until I showed him how to make this money, and I realized how dangerous my apartment is. But you don't come home at night. It's something wrong. You know what I've created. I've created this monster, but I knew certain things about the drug game that you never run out. Ain't no such thing as telling nobody I don't have none. So it was always, he's here getting it, I'm over here getting it. It was always a way to keep the other people wondering, I wonder where she get it from. What is it? How'd she do that? So that became, people started trying to kill me. And I like my life. So that was a turning point for me.
So, I mean, so you and Chi-Town now are in this business together?
Yes, but he starts to pull away and not come home at night. And so I wake up, the show goes on, the show goes on. Because we got burglar bars, so you can shoot me, but who wants to do that? I got the good stuff. Anyway, I found a second man. So you gonna do it, what's good for the goose, good for the gander.
Right.
And when I got there, my mom said, find the biggest, blackest, ugliest nigga you can find and make him your friend, and I did.
Right.
And he wasn't all that, but he sold heroin. And one day he told me to give Chi-Town some, and I cursed him out. I'm like, excuse you. He said, give him this. That's what he liked. And that's That's when I knew. And I started looking at his body, looking.
You didn't know.
No,
So
I didn't
oh,
know.
that's
I thought it was a woman. I thought he didn't come home. He was somewhere like this. One
I'm
day,
stupid. Me too.
Wait, one day he goes to sleep. No, one day he goes to sleep on the train, and the red gang boots him up, socks him up on the train, and he comes home. And I look through the people. I'm like, who is it? It's me. What the monster is this at the door? I open the door. I'm like, me who? You know, I open it, finally open it. He's standing there with his head they black eye. So I guess when you break the nose, you just do the raccoon thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened? He's like, what are you talking about? He still don't know. He went to the mirror and said, I wonder why that little boy was looking at me like that. Not a clue. So high on the train, sleep. He don't know nothing. And
So how did the guy know that he like heroin?
Because maybe he sold him some, or the streets talk.
Yeah, that's true though.
Whoever he got to buy from somebody. So that's all I know. I don't know much about it. I know I have read Dope Fiend, Horse, and Black Girl Lost. I like Donald Goines, the author.
And who was that? Tell me about him.
Donald Goines is a black author in the 70s.
Okay.
And I got a hold of these
Where's
books.
he from? Chicago? Or
It gotta be.
okay.
We'll have to Google that.
Yeah.
Because it could be New York, but it's one book I can't call it. Something about the cold though. You gotta pull
I
him
need to
up.
look it up because I need to find out if that was the one that wrote on my mother.
Well,
Because they say he wrote, whoever this author was, he dealt with street stuff.
Donald Goines, I don't know anything about him. We know he's dead today.
Okay.
However, when I tell you Donald Goines wrote, he said, I entered the room and I could smell the pus in the air. That means open wounds. They was in there shooting drugs. I threw that in my book. I never smelled the pus. It's been Donald Goines.
But that's sexy though. I thought that was kind of sexy. Oh, that was good right there. That's yeah.
Yeah, got that from Donald Goines.
Yeah, that was good.
That Girl Lost. He got some good ones. Pimp Daddy. Oh, he did all of it. But Donald Goines is how I knew in the 8th grade they did the videotape that you'll do weed, then you'll do cocaine, then you'll do heroin, and next thing you know, you're gonna die from the heroin. That's what they taught us in a movie in the 7th, 8th grade. Forgot all about that. Well, when I pick up this book and I'm reading the book, it's a part of the book. I think I'm reading Black Girl Lost. And the girl's mom is on drugs and she's in the drug house. And this man, she goes there and the man said, girl, it's too cold out here, get in the car. And she gets in the car. He said, you hungry? She's like, he said, I'll go get your mama. And he takes her to get a burger. When she's eating the burger, he just runs his hand up her. I'm talking 13, 14. I just had to put the book down because I just can't stand some stuff.
Yeah.
I can sit here and be hard about it, but there's
Right.
some stuff that I can't
But
take.
they was doing stuff like that. It was.
Oh, it was
It's
bad.
bad.
It was bad that these mothers were on heroin. It was heroin.
Yes.
It was heroin. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
And when your mom's sitting somewhere like this, and you're a little girl looking for her, men took advantage of people. But I learned all that in a book, thank God. Never lived a real story until I met Chi-Town. I don't think Chi-Town was all that gorgeous bag of chips.
Right.
I never saw him shoot it. I busted in the door once, and he was doing it for his brothers, where you tie the tourniquet on your what's it called tourniquet? You tie the thing on your arm, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm helping my brothers. I'm not gonna have them doing this stuff in the hallway. I'm like, so my bathroom, where me and my son use bathroom, take a bath. That's.
So he said it wasn't him though, basically.
He was just helping his brothers, but one of them had AIDS, and all of them are dead today due to AIDS.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, so how long did the other guy stay in the picture?
Troy.
No. The
Bobby?
One, yeah, the one that
The
told you
heroin,
to give
yeah.
him the heroin. Yeah. Well, when did you find out that?
94, 95, 96, we made friends for a nice while.
Okay. So you didn't bother him after you found out about Chi?
Yeah.
You did?
He wouldn't go nowhere. He was like Troy. He wouldn't leave. And the family, my mother loved him. We didn't know nothing about AIDS.
So let's be clear. She running drugs. She running niggas. She was running the block. All right. So let's be clear. This was the queen. All right. We got it. That's all right. I ain't mad at you.
No, he didn't go anywhere. I believe he gave my cousin AIDS.
For real?
She had a run in with yellow jaundice. I'm like, well, what's that? What's yellow jaundice? And hepatitis. And I was a little young for it, but I heard it. And when I know what he did, when I would come home, he would be sitting in a chair. He would be in my room. And I'm like, what is this? I'm working 3 jobs. I'm a masseuse. I'm a bartender. And I work at the United States Custom snack shop in the morning. I don't need that dirty money. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to get this together. When I come home, you got this dope fiend sitting in my house. I'm like, I said, what you doing? I said, why is he here? My cousin said, what are we supposed to do just because you don't want to be with him no more? Kid like family. So I couldn't get rid of him as well like Troy. But now Kid hurt me maybe twice. But he hurt my son. And that's where the gloves was off. He hurt my son. But he was too loving. My mom, we all got over it. Even Will got over it. That's how I got this. That's one of Chi-Town.
Okay.
He comes home because he's been staying out doing these strange things, and he comes home and my son is in his room playing his little game, and he says, "You drunk again?" He didn't know what he was saying, but it was heroin. Mm-hmm. We equated it to "you drunk again," and he slaps my son up, and my son's body go up in the air and down. As a mother, fighting is not an option. I leave to go get somebody to fight this dude's body.
Right.
Go get this man. This man that hit my kid, right? So I go to get body, and when I get downstairs, it's no body. I'm on the 10th floor. When I get to about the going down the stairs, they'll make you tired. You fly down the stairs. Right. When I get about 3rd floor, he say, "You better go get your son. You better go get your son." And I'm like, he was following me. I already know it. He already know I'm finna go get this dude. He already know what I'm about to do, I guess. And when I turn around and go get my son, that's all you gotta say. I said, "Come on, Prince," and I try to take my son. And he says, No. I need to talk to him. And you know I ain't never done that. Let me talk to him. So my brain instantly tells me, go get help. Go get help. Don't try to fight this guy. You're on the 10th floor. You might lose.
Right.
Somebody end up throwing out the window. Let's run. And when I turn around and go get my son, he go, boo! And that's how I got. This is about 13 stitches, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And that was another one of those. Tired. I don't need with you, but again, he just never. I don't even know how he faded away. Eventually, I have to get to that chapter. I have to read again.
Right.
But
wow. Okay. And the family was already loving on him and everything like that.
Oh yeah. Everybody loved him. And again, this how I got how I left the project was and stopped was they kept trying to come and kill me. So
Wait a minute, who was trying to come kill you?
I have no idea.
You don't know these names?
5 men come to my door, knock on the door, and I had
Now were the doors like steel or whatever?
They were steel.
Okay.
But I woke up that day, and we were talking today, and I said, I wonder if people know when they're going to die. Do you know when you wake up?
Yeah,
I think this might be the last day on earth. I woke up, and I had this thing that this was going to be it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going to make it. I look out the window, and I say, I could survive that, especially if it rains. It's just 10 stories. I had psyched myself out, but my next door neighbor's daughter jumped. She there. Just 10 stories. As long as you don't bump the wall, just jump. And I wasn't scared of police. I wasn't scared of anything. I was trying to, but now that this drug I'm scared of, I throw everything away. I don't want to be a drug dealer no more. There's nothing. But before that, when I found him and his brother in the bathroom, and then we had another incident when I realized he is on drugs, because I saw the 2 needles bobbing in the bleach. And it wasn't but 2 people in the room, and he was one of them. And there's nothing you could say to me at that point. However,
so the guys was this was after the guys came after the thing with the needles. Right?
No, before.
Okay.
Like I said, I wake up and I get this premonition that this is gonna be the day I die. I ain't gonna make it beyond today. So my brain said, just don't sell none. Don't open the door. So when he wakes up, he does a transaction with a young man, and they're talking, and I believe it's drugs, but I said what I said. My door doesn't open today. So, dude, JR sitting in there, they sitting there doing whatever they doing. Just sitting, watching TV, and somebody knocks at the door, and I'm like, who is it? It's Wayne. I said, it's nothing happened. Never been spoken, words never spoken through my door. Nothing happened. The police started coming for me first. I take that back. The police came first.
Oh, okay. Well, how did they get there?
Oh boy. So the little girl who jumped out the window, he was supposed to have something to do with it. Kate Shattown.
Why?
Well, the little girl, I take that back. The little girl got caught doing something in her mom caught her doing something. Her mom caught her having sex and she was like 15. And when the mom came in to beat her, she jumped out the window and she jumped up and ran.
Gotcha.
So I realized, you can live. You can jump out a 10-story window.
Right.
Please, y'all don't try to jump out a 10-story window.
Right.
Anyway, after that, he got jumped. Chi-Town got jumped coming in the building because he had something to do with this little girl. I'm not sure. However, that was after I had broke up. That was after we broke up. I came to visit him and he was all beat up. However, the police caught me. I got it. The police, I was going to the store. I had this dude named such and such riding in my car. And he's a heroin dealer. And when the police pull me over, he throws a wad of dope in my lap. And I throw it back. And Chi-Town said, he's like, don't do it no more. Don't throw that up here. And I throw it back, and the man throws it. He say, you can hide it. You a girl, you can hide it. I'm like, no, I'm taking a fall for nobody. No, I got my own problems. So they lock him up. They lock me up, but they let him go because Chi-Town has nothing. And he gets to take the car home and everything. But I had a clip with a full clip, bullets. I didn't know possession of ammunition was a crime. No gun. So the police wanted my gun. That's what I'm thinking. But in their investigation, people started talking. Now, they weren't in my house. So when they would come, I open up the bars, and it's a lady, Tom and Blondie is what I call them. So they come to my house to get me, and they just want to talk. I say, talk about what? Let me call 51st Estate and see if they know you here disturbing me. Because I don't understand, I don't even know what you're talking about. And when I go to reach for the phone, they, oh, no. They know my name, first and last. That's when it dawns on me, I'm in trouble. This lady just called me by my last name. Okay, so what's the project? She could have got it from the office, who lives in this 1010.
Right.
Anyway, so now my brain starts working to where, like, the brain starts working to defense mode. All this time, no offense. I've been in defense my whole life. Now I'm on offense because they coming to get me, and I know I'm going to jail for what I've done. So I make everything. No, I still don't make everything disappear. They would come. The police would come about three times a day. And they put their finger on my peephole, and that makes me very upset because you just don't do that. Anyway, I opened the door. They said, you got the girl, you got the boy. You got the boy. They were looking for a boy, but they knew it was a girl and a boy in the house, so they're trying to mess with my head.
So boy, girl, what is that?
Boy is heroin, girl is cocaine.
Gotcha.
So they asked me for heroin. I don't have heroin. I don't sell heroin. I never have. So I opened the door and like, get your finger off my keyhole. They said, please, do yourself a favor. I said, what's that? Just let me come in your house. I promise I won't touch anything. It's a female detective. I said, you know what? And he's going crazy. I'm watching Chi-Town body language. But what he don't know is I'm tired of this. What I do know about me is my spot is not a trap house. It's a home.
Right.
And you say you don't touch anything. You hey, don't trust him. And that day, I didn't let him in because they would have got him.
Yeah, right.
He was gonna have a seizure,
Right.
So the next time they came, he was not home, and I let him in. And the lady turned around and said, "You keep a very nice home. I'm sorry. I apologize." And I explained to her I had 2 boyfriends and two jealous baby mamas out there.
Right,
And this is just bull. It's just me and my son. I got a couple of men, you know. And that's it. Y'all have a good day. Police never bothered me again. Then the thing came with the bullets. I go to jail. Back in this day, they would put a man and a woman in the paddy wagon together, but I don't know if you know what a paddy wagon is, but it's the meat truck. Okay. They don't have them today.
Right.
And it's my first time in the jail cell. And they put me in with two lesbians that I don't know nothing about. I had a pregnant lady, I'm in with a pregnant lady. And me and her, we fine. She's on her thing, I'm on mine. But when the lesbians come in, I look at her, I'm cursing her out for being a prostitute with a baby in her stomach. But we're not jiving at all. I'm not messing with her. Get over here. Come on. let them two, what is it?
Right.
Come on over here, me and you. I look at her, we gotta fight, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Right.
Build a camaraderie real fast. And the lesbians, they didn't want us. So I get out.
How did you stay?
Overnight.
Oh, this overnight. Oh, okay.
Overnight. They didn't have that. Chicago, there's criminals everywhere.
Right.
You just got one more. You know, you can't take it off the street. Anyway, I ain't killed nobody. Anyway, I get home and I hide that gun. I had a Clint Eastwood 44, the big long, the Clint Eastwood. And we didn't do the little gun. I want you to know what I'm gonna do to you.
Wow.
I want the big gun.
Right.
And the holster and the whole 9 yards. And I put it in the broiler when I got out of jail because actually the 2 days before, and he don't even know. I had a couple of spots for my weapons, but that was one he didn't even know. And I come in and it's the project and it's cold and I cut on the oven, I go get in the bed, and take a shower, of course, get the jail off and I go to bed, boom, 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 boom. And I just look at him, don't move, don't move, don't move. Let's let him run out. And I'm thinking mine is, and I'm like, and it still don't cross my mind. I think it's in another spot. And I'm going to try to get to my gun. When I get to the kitchen, I smell all this funny, weird smell. And I look at it and I see holes in the stove and the refrigerator. I messed up my whole stove. Gun gone. I look at him and I had an opportunity. It was one time I was so broke, I had an opportunity to sell the gun or go rob somebody with it. And he wanted to rob, I wanted to sell. I lost the gun anyway. We decided, actually we had a hiding spot where we could hide stuff. Real, I can say it. I left a whole kitchen counter from the floor. Whoosh, cause anything I'm mad. I'm responsible for things in this house. I had nothing to do when they built the building. I had nothing to do with what's in the structure of this thing here.
Right.
And I told him, I say, you know what, I thought you stole something from me one day. Lift this up. He lifted and bam, I knew it. I'm going in this stuff there. So that was the end of the dope era. Once you go broke and people see your real who you really are, there wasn't no coming back from that. I could never duplicate the $20. It was a mistake because I could have made more money, I had to stretch it out, but I wanted to get rid of it.
Gotcha.
I wanted to just throw it out and it'd be over.
Now this was after they tried to kill you.
No.
Okay.
So, in the same span, so first I'm dodging police, which puts you on heightened alert when it comes to police. So, when it came to the street people, it's a Friday night. The same lady that I'm giving her kids my shoes and for my son and everything, she comes in my house and she say, "Stick up, motherfuckers."
What?
And jumped up and her pipe and everything falls and breaks, stuff like that. And I heard it, but I didn't. It was a warning. They finna stick you up. Didn't catch it. So I just woke up the next day and I was tired. I think I was just tired. I hadn't been doing this. I don't even think I did a full 365 days. It wasn't a long run. I was tired because my man done left. I can't run it. I can't do this without him. He got another woman. He doing his own thing. So that night he's sitting there with JR. They bagging up this stuff or whatever. He don't know he ain't selling a drop of it, not out of my house.
Right.
I was sitting there and the door knocks. I tell the guy I don't have anything. He said, "Bitch, open the door." And K-Shot-Town go to run to the door. You know, who do you think you're talking to? He goes and run to the door, and I say, I told you. And I opened my door, and I locked the door. And he's cussing, fussing. And I go to the window. And I had curtains that came to my leg, so I could go like this and see under my curtain and see up. And when I did, I could see the shadow of 5 men come off my porch, go into the breezeway, up the stairs, and in her house. I'm like, come here. He looked at me, he's like, wow, how'd you see that? I told you to open my door. Today was the day. We were supposed to be dead. And I got up, and I think when they beat him up, so I can't tell you my exit, but that was my exit. Because this really, I never saw it as I would do something worth dying for, but I knew it could get me hurt. 5 million? What you think we had?
Yeah, exactly. They're like, yeah, that's crazy.
Very.
Man.
That was the end of my...
They just thought you had money all up in there, probably.
Yeah, I did. I did. I don't play about no money. I had a radiator. I turned the radiator off, and it had slats like that. Every slat was $100. I had money from one end to the other.
Oh my God.
I think when they tore that building down, they found some of my money. Because when I got out of there, I was so traumatized by a guy trying to rape me. I was so traumatized. I never went back. I still have dreams to this day that I can't. And now I'm having dreams that I live there and I can't get out. But I used to have dreams that I'm trying to get in the building, but God would never let me in this building. I would just be able to look at the building and try to get it. Like, you gotta have an ID. And I'm like, I don't have no ID. I just said, you can't come in. So the building was on lockdown. In reality, the buildings don't exist no more, but they still in my dream. I just had one about a month ago. I was in the project, something about Section 8, and I got a unit, I'm in the unit. I think it's probably from watching Good Times. It might be from watching Good Times.
Right. That's funny. She's having a good time. Yeah, you're right. Wow. So, yeah, this was got everybody on the edge now, because they're like, what the hell? Yeah, that was good, man. So, you make your exit, and at this point, where's Chi-Town at?
I go to college. I go to school. I go downtown Chicago, and I go to school for travel and tourism, so I could get out of this godforsaken place. And I learned all about the world and maps and everything, and how to be a travel, not a travel agent, but the ticket agent for American Airlines, Delta, whatever. And I moved to 67 in Ridgeland with my mom. Go back to my mom, but she lives with her boyfriend, and me and my two cousins, we take over her unit. That's when he would always come. I couldn't get rid of him. From there, we move around the corner. He moves his mother to this really nice area. We grew up in South Shore. It was not it wasn't like the hood or nothing like that where we grew up. And there's a home invasion, my first home invasion. So that was, I think we left the projects and got back together. Yeah, we left the project and got back together.
Right.
I do believe. We got an apartment, and his mom got her Social Security check, and she went out and told these guys in the alley that Chi-Town won't give her his money, and she wants them to go in there and get the money. And they said, well, give us the key. And she gives these total strangers, 2 guys, the key to our house. I'm laying in the bed, and he's coming up the hallway, and I can see him coming up the hallway. And when he gets to I can hear him coming up the hallway, but when he gets to the room, he say, what the fuck? And that's all I see. And I jump up and slam my bedroom door. Enough is enough, I had enough. I'm going out this window, right? But I got a rifle. So by the time I even think of what to do, the guy said, if you don't open this door, I'm going to blow his brains out. So I open the door. And we look at each other and we're like, what's going on? And they got him, they take him down on the floor and put a string around his hands. And the mom's outside in the alley in the car with him with a gun to her head. And his sister and myself are home. And he said, I want her. Me? I said, oh, Lord, well, I had just joined the Catholic Church. And the priest told me if I need Jesus to call on Jesus. So, now they got to hog tie him where his feet and hands are together because he's like, not my woman in my house. No, you're not doing this. You're not doing this to my woman. And they take me in this room and they throw me down on the bed and they pull my pants down. And the guy, and I was like, Jesus, Jesus.
Right.
Please. I said, Jesus, I don't want this. I'm tired. I don't want this. And the dude could not get an erection. It was like a wet noodle. He was like, get her out of here. He kept trying to rub it on me. And I'm screaming, Jesus, please save me, Jesus, please. The minister, the priest said, call on Jesus, Jesus save me. Amen. Get her out of here. So I go out there and I go down Chi-Town and he's like, what they do to you? What they do to you? I said, Jesus save me. Jesus save me. He said,
I know that's right.
he looked at me. What they do?
Oh,
Jesus
boy.
save me. He's like, I see your pants. I could tell they did something to you.
Right.
You know.
Oh God, Jesus worked.
Jesus word.
It worked. Okay, so wait. So we gotta back up. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
The mama set him up. Why?
She was an alcoholic. And on the first, of course, her check pays all the bills because we moved together. I got a room, his sister got a room, May got a room. So we all had a room, I think, yeah. The back room, my room was in the middle. So the sister had a room and the mom had the front room. It was a family, you know. I never lived with his family. Yeah, we've lived together before. Chicago, we was doing what we had to do.
I know, I got you.
And there wasn't no family you wanted to really mess with. So he didn't really know what he was messing with, but they got us. Caught us slipping. And we shot the car up because he still,
Okay, wait. So
when the guy, they take all our jewelry, all our...
Right, okay. So,
let me tell you this one.
Go ahead.
So, when the guy, when he like, open the door, I'm going to blow his brains out. Only thing on my man is all this gold around my neck and my diamonds. So, the dude said, open the door and blow his brains out. So I opened the door. He said, everybody lay on the bed. So I grabbed my jewelry and lay on the bed and I dropped my jewelry on the wall, between the bed and the wall. He says, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing. Do you know that was the one time in my life I could actually say, they finna kill me. And these dudes behind me with these guns. And I could feel it. I knew what the bullet, I knew it was gonna hit me like right there. I'm thinking like, I'm finna die. So now I'm thinking, if I'm finna die, get up and fight. Just get up and tell these dudes, look, y'all will come to my house. You know what?
right.
So, it didn't go down like that.
Right.
But we did, it was an alley, so this was a street job. Come out the alley, we shot the car up, so that's how we could find them. Because
So how did they just take everything and go? And then y'all got
TVs, electronics.
So where's the mom at?
She just passed.
No. I mean, that day, was she in the car?
Yeah.
Did they let her
threw her
go?
in the alley, yeah. She
Did y'all
just
talk
passed.
her?
She lived to be 82 years old.
Jesus was probably waiting on her to repent. So did they speak after that?
Oh yeah. She didn't mean it. It wasn't that kind of setup. It was. She thought she was her friends. Hey y'all, let's have some drink. I got some more money in the bank, but my son won't give it to me. He just take my money. She's like, we're gonna get your money.
So that
she
she
wasn't.
used it.
They used her alcoholism
against
against her. Yeah.
What
yeah.
the heck?
She just that, and she tried to get me to come see her, but he had beef with Memphis, and I wasn't sure if Memphis got beef with me. I was just his girlfriend.
Okay, that's another episode. But okay, like this is like great, but it's your life. I mean, like y'all got to love this, right? You gotta love it. Like I mean, like wow. So what y'all do? Did y'all stay there? Did you move?
No, we stayed there.
Did you go retaliate?
Well, he found them because I kept telling him, I said, Dad, I'm Blue Gym Shoes. He said, why didn't you say something? Because we all folks, why you ain't say nothing? I said, man, I wasn't saying nothing. I just trying to stay alive and be compliant and not look up. But I can see your shoes. My eyes are not closed.
Right.
Just another one of the situations. Just the Jesus part was, like, remember we was talking about, it's easy to remember the bad stuff, but that was one of the good ones I'll never forget.
Right. So nobody else tried to touch you after that?
That day?
Yeah, I mean that day.
No.
Just,
No,
yeah, people
no.
that was one. Wow, that is comical, but it's man, when you don't know what else to do, you know who to call on.
Yep.
That's yeah.
Again, you won't catch me like this no more because I got stuff all over the place. Because I usually read along with you. So
No, it was good.
My
I think
dates
this was
are off.
good. I think this was really good. We couldn't have planned this any better.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Okay. All right.
He calling us to line up, just like a barber. They praying for their stimulus instead of order. So God is out here whipping you, spell the rod, you spoil them. I know they put them programs in your mind, yeah, they scarred us. Let's take these houses back for our sons and our daughters.
What is it gonna take for the transformation to take place? Obviously, there's gonna have to be a indoctrination, amen. A transformation of the mind and the character of individuals.